Intel, thanks for joining us here today for this briefing. Your speaker today is Steve Smith, who's a Vice President with our Netbook and Tablet Group, and we're very pleased he could join us for this presentation. Steve's going to be taking you through a little bit about 22 nanometer, not just sort of at the transistor level, but what does 22 nanometer make possible? And how are we sort of taking 22 and using it sort of as this platform as we basically build our architectures for, frankly, all platforms that we're making for the various markets we talk to. And so Steve's going to sort of take you through some of that. Now, because we have some financial folks here in the room, I've been told by the lawyers that I have to read the safe harbor statement. So if you'll bear with me, I'll try and make this a little bit like, Good Night Moon or something. Today's presentation contains forward-looking statements. All statements made that are not historical facts are subject to a number of risks and uncertainties, and actual results may differ materially. Please refer to our most recent earnings release and our most recent Form 10-Q or 10-K filing available on our website for more information on the risk factors that could cause actual results to differ. Thank you very much. Okay, and on that note, I'd like to present Steve, so please.
Okay, now it's time for the Q&A, right? That was it. Thanks, Dave. And appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. Hopefully it will be interactive. We tried to start it off in a light note with a bit of humor here. Hey, in May, we talked to you about 22 nanometer technology. Between Mark Bohr and myself and Dottie Perlmutter, we talked about our 22 nanometer technology and the revolutionary tri-gate transistors and what they enable. Here we're going to cover a little bit of that, but we're really going to talk more about what we're doing with our product line. And again, we'll make it interactive. I want to get through a few basics here, and then we'll open it up to questions. The first thing I want to start off with is just a perspective. If you look at where we are and you listen to what Paul shared in his keynote today, one of the meta messages is that energy efficiency, the energy efficient performance, is essential in the market segments that are growing. Right? If you stop and think about it, 10 years ago or so, you would have thought about servers. Oh yeah, we have a few of those servers in this big data center, and who cares what the processor power level is? But these days, when you see an internet portal data center that's being built in the US near the Columbia River, where there used to be an aluminum plant, you realize that people really care about how much power it takes to feed an array of thousands of servers, talk about the cooling, etc. And so when we look at even the server side, energy efficiency is there. It's more obvious when we talk about clients. In that kind of environment, our 22 nanometer technology with Tri-Gate is a revolutionary capability that enables us to have leadership at 22 nanometer, both in performance and in lower power. And we're optimizing our silicon technology and our product development for this different range of products. We'll talk more about that in detail. And we're shifting more toward a system on chip, an SoC kind of methodology. You've seen us deploy the TikTok model and move very quickly in our mainstream and our core and Xeon product families. And actually we're, if you will, catching up and deploying the latest technology on our Atom processors. The net result of it is, over the next few years, we're going to be deploying Atom processors on process nodes at double the pace of Moore's Law. So basically 1 node per year for the next few years as we align our Atom roadmap with our Xeon and Core roadmap. So that allows us to do some pretty exciting stuff in the netbook, tablet, smartphone area, embedded everywhere that Atom goes. And then finally, when we look at where we're going and look at the difficulty of the technology and the investment, we're increasingly co-optimizing silicon technology, silicon design, product and platform design, and pulling all those things together. And as an integrated device manufacturer, we have a consistent need to do that co-optimization, and we think that that's an increasing benefit for Intel over time as co-optimization is more important, especially if you compare that to the foundry model.